trade recap. Trying to be quick as fuck with this. We ended up taking another trade for today. We are 3 for 3 on the week. I got right around here. We'll just go right into the market. I'm not going to go super deep into analysis with this one, but we have PPI today. PPI, oh, damn it. We had PPI today at 7:30 a.m., so we had pre-market news, and now at 12 we have President Trump speaking. I just got out of a trade. It was like a 3-minute trade. Let me go back to this. Right off the bat, this is PPI, what it does to the market. We get a 5-minute breaker structure, market opens, right? 5-minute breaker structure, we have a 5-minute fair value gap right here. We retrace into that, and I could have looked for a 1-minute breaker structure, in which I got, and I could have entered right here. The only thing I didn't take this trade was because we did not have a liquidity sweep, and I just wanted to get my liquidity sweep. So I completely ignored this trade, and I never got in on it, sadly. But we ended up sweeping out these buy-side liquidity, right? As you can tell, these are 1-hour buy-side liquidity, these lines up here. What do we get? We get an order cock because we have the liquidity sweep, and then we have a 5-minute breaker structure. We have a 5-minute order cock, which we never retrace into. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I could be still looking for some continuation model to go higher, maybe up to these all-time highs again. Or we could get a reversal right off of this and go lower. Well, what do we see right off the bat? We ended up getting a 5-minute breaker structure. We also have a 5-minute inverse. I was waiting for a retrace into a 5-minute fair value gap or this order cock, which we never got. But then what do we end up doing? And this is on ES. We end up tapping lower, pushing lower. No gaps in between here. There are absolutely no gaps in between here. But if we go on NASDAQ, NASDAQ has this 5-minute gap that we actually pushed all the way down into and filled orders within, respected it, and then pushed higher into this 5-minute gap. And this is where I was looking like, okay, we could inverse this and I'm just fucking go to get off, or we could end up getting our continuation out of this. We fill in orders within this gap too, and then we get a 1-minute breaker structure out of it. So then what am I doing? I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably going to target, where are my possible take profits? These 5-minute equal lows, basically, damn near equal lows. And I entered in. I got a 1-minute breaker structure. I entered in, and this trade played out for me at 1-to-1.41. So we had the liquidity sweep, we had a 5-minute inverse, 5-minute retrace, and a 1-minute breaker structure. And it took a fucking while. Like, this was honestly, I was literally ready to get off, and I literally went and took a shower already, just getting off for the market, and then I came back and I saw what it was doing. I'm like, oh fuck. And I hopped right back on and got in yesterday. And I got in at this, I believe, hopefully I didn't break my rule, 11:02 a.m. I should have been off, but I mean, I was clean. I was like, you know what, we're going to these 5-minute lows. Why not take it out? And I got out at a clean 1-to-1.41. So if we want to even go to Top Step real quick. Top Step X. Log in. On the week, just to even show proof, this is a trade, 1-to-1.43, so even better risk reward on this. Like I said, target those 5-minute equal lows. This ran for a 1-to-2, but I'm just getting out at the most safest because it could have reversed after at these 5-minute lows, which you see right here. Down candle, up candle, down candle, up candle, basically equal lows. I was like, well, we might want to go take these out and then push higher. So I got out. Performance stats already on the week done. This is yesterday, 663, 401. This was yesterday, 401, and then today was 514. Already, I mean, you could go back to my videos from last week when I was saying, like, damn, this was a really fucking, from last week, really rough week, but, I'm not worried if I win or lose. At the end of the day, am I following my trading plan? Am I being disciplined? And am I being smart? And I can win, I can make all this shit back. And started off really fucking bad. You don't even want to know what the drawdown was on that 4 trade day. And even with this, it was just not a great day. Didn't stick to my rules, was super fucking new to Top Step X, and especially with my new account, I was just fucking really anxious, and you could tell, very emotional on the charts. This week, I'm a little bit more used to Top Step X, except yesterday was a little more issue with my psychology. I don't know what the fuck I was doing yesterday, but took a win. Don't count it as a win because of my psychology loss. And then today, we took a win. So I'm going to just go over my Trading cycle refinement. How did I follow my plan? A plus setup or B? So if we look at a trend, we look at the reversal. We ended up getting, let's say, buy side liquidity sweep. We had a 5-minute inverse to the downside. We had a retrace into a 5-minute fair value gap, and then we ended up getting a 1-minute bearish breaker structure targeted at a 1-to-1 at these 5-minute equal lows. I'd say that was a solid setup. I maybe should have risked more, but it was later in the day, so I did not do that. But if that was like an 8:30 to like 9 or 9:30 setup, I'd risk my full. But that was a solid setup. It was fucking amazing. What emotion got in the way? It being later in the day, that's something I need to get more used to and understanding. Like, hey, even if I get in at a trade at 10:55, I could hold it till 12 to 1. I've done that before, and it could play out. Did I hesitate, force a revenge trade, or avoid a valid setup? Maybe a little more earlier in the morning, I avoided a setup with this, but we didn't have the liquidity sweep, and I want to get a liquidity sweep whenever it's me. Even for my continuation, I want to see a liquidity sweep, and not a pre-market. I want to see market open, and then we sweep liquidity, and then we can go to my next draw, or POI, point of interest. But even with this one, no, I felt like this was a very solid setup. Patience today was nuts because I did not force anything. And then even with this, I mean, we just got it later on in the day. Where was that? Rate 1 out of 10 confidence today was iffy because we had that PPI, we had that big ass push down into the market before market open, which fucked with my daily bias 100%. That was messing with my daily bias. So confidence, I would say, was like a 5, 6 out of 10. Clarity today too. I felt very focused. Shout out this shit. I was sitting here locked in. Clarity was a little better on what we wanted to do, but it could have been better. I'd say 6 out of 10. Focus was fair. Emotional control could be better, 100%. Setup quality, I felt like the quality, this was a beautiful setup today. It just happened later in the day. Trade execution, I executed perfectly on that. Once we got that breaker structure, I entered in, and I fucking, stops were in a correct place. Take profit was at a beautiful place, considering as soon as it hit my take profit, we pushed a little lower, and then we pushed higher. And I would be almost back up in drawdown. Discipline today will be worked on. I'm going to go to the gym, hit a really hard workout, and then go to work. Yeah, that is the setup for today in the trade refinement. This is very quick on how I went through this. Coming into the day too, we had this freaking, you can look at this 4-hour gap that we've just been fucking chopping in between. It's been disgusting. And we had this 4-hour gap that we tapped into. That was coming into the day. We tapped into this 4-hour gap, we rejected out of it, and that's what gave us that push to go higher and sweep out buy side liquidity up here. Same on NASDAQ coming into the day. Damn, I shit want to load. I got places to be. What time is it? Same thing. We had a 4-hour imbalance right here, and then a 1-hour imbalance here. We retraced into it, and it gave us that push to push higher. And then if I go into the 1 hour, we had that 1 hour here. We had a 1 hour here get inversed, and then as soon as we inversed that 1 hour, it was to tap into this 1 hour and then push up to go higher up into here today. And we had a 4-hour gap up here. So we've been just bouncing. This is like on NASDAQ, you can tell we have the 4-hour bearish fair value gap and a 4-hour bullish fair value gap, just bouncing between the two. And on ES, we don't have that 4-hour bearish, but that's what's keeping us bouncing like this, is because of NASDAQ and the two imbalances between the two. So ideally before tomorrow, and I don't even know if I'll be trading tomorrow, we have a lot of high impact news. And I might just call this week a fucking dumb week. If I do take anything tomorrow, it's going to be an A+ setup, and I'm just ending in the week in profit. So ideally tomorrow, by tomorrow, I'd like to see us inverse one of these fair value gaps. To be honest, I'd like to see us inverse the bullish and push lower, because I do not want to be around all-time highs anymore. I'm getting tired of this shit. I mean, fucking hey, it's annoying. All right, but yeah, that was kind of the bias today. My bias initially too with my simple sessions, and what I look at when I get into the market. It got kind of cooked today, so I didn't really use that as my bias because we were manipulating higher. But then because of that news push, we fucking ripped down. So what I was expecting was previous session. We had previous session manipulation, plus a reversal. We manipulate London session opens. We manipulate highs, right? And but then we get a reversal. I'm expecting a new session to continue, and that's what we ended up getting. Um, so like London gives manipulation and sweeps high time frame high, and we get the reversal during London session. Then we expect New York to continue the trend. And it was really iffy today. PPI was a kind of a mess with that big ass candle. Like for me, if I get a pre-market news candle, I like it to be a fucking doji, and then push the market in its direction, not sweep out my draws and liquidity. Because if I turn this off, like coming into the day, we had London's highs right here, London's lows right here. We had Asian session highs right here and Asian session lows right here, right? What do we see? Asian sessions highs get fucking taken out, and so does its lows. So does London's highs and lows. And then it was like, fuck, well, there's basically my draws on liquidity today. So I'm like assuming, I might have to fucking wait a little bit longer for something to be swept or wait for a 1 hour or 4 hour candle to form till after 9. And the last 2 days, I've fucking waited till 11 to get in, even on a setup. But yeah, that was really it. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go ahead to the gym. Have a wonderful day. Lock the fuck in. Peace out.